For the past 2 years, I've been running a successful blog with over 2 million readers after failing twice, and I figured out the best way to start a successful blog. This is exactly what I used on the blogs that I'm currently running. Join me as I share 11 steps that you have to follow to start a successful blog. The first step to starting a successful blog is to find a niche. A niche is a topic or a theme that your blog will focus on. Your niche can be something you are passionate about or what you have expertise in. The first thing that must come to mind when choosing a niche is yourself. It's simple. Just think about yourself and ask yourself these 3 questions. What am I passionate about? What are my skills? Will my blog be relevant after 2 years if I choose this niche? Once you have decided on a niche, take your time and research on that niche. Study your competitors and learn from them. How do they keep their content engaging? How do they interact with their reader? How do they promote their blog? Where does most of their traffic come from? You also have to identify your target audience and their demographics. There's a reason why they are called target audience. You are the hunter and you are hunting for readers and they are your target. You have to develop a marketing strategy for your blog. Here's the truth. Blogging depends on marketing. To run a successful blog, you don't only need to become a blogger, but also a marketer. Marketing is all about getting your product or service to the public eye. It is also about getting the right people to take the action that you want them to take. The same thing applies to blogging. We fight to get our content to the right people. And to do that, we have to become marketers. This means that you have to learn the basics of marketing, especially digital marketing. Most bloggers will tell you to choose a hosting provider after choosing a niche, but I beg to differ. It is very important to know how you will promote your blog before you start building it. You also have to know which social media platforms you will use to promote your blog. Just think about it for a minute. What do marketers do before a company launches a product? They obviously develop a marketing strategy. They plan ahead. They don't develop a marketing strategy after the launch. So for the next step, you have to choose a blog and a domain name. Everything needs a name, right? Just like you have a name. Your blog also needs a special name. You can think of a name that is catchy and represent what your blog is about. For example, if you want to write about relationships, you can name your blog Relationships Hub. Once you have a name for your blog, you need a domain. A domain is the web address of your blog. Just take your blog as a house and your domain is the address that tells people where to find it. If your blog is called Relationship Hub, your domain can be www.relationshiphub.com. Now you have named your blog and got a domain, but where will you build your blog? You see, building a blog is no different from building a house. All in all, you need a blogging platform to build your blog. There are tons of blogging platforms out there and they have their own pros and cons. You just have to find a suitable one. The most popular blogging platforms are WordPress, Blogger, Wix, and Squarespace. But my number 1 recommendation will always be WordPress. Before you choose a blogging platform, remember what kind of blog you want to build and how you want it to function, because some blogging platforms might not have the features that you want to build your blog. You also have to know that blogging platforms such as Blogger and WordPress.com are self-hosted. They only require a domain, while on the other side, WordPress.org is free, but it requires a hosting plan and a domain. Now that you choose a blogging platform, you need a web host. You can skip this section if you choose a self-hosted platform such as Blogger because they don't require hosting. Web hosting is a special service that stores your blog's files and makes them accessible to people when they visit your blog. Choosing a web hosting provider is like searching for a barber in a new city. You have so many different options. There are thousands of web hosting providers around the world, but Hostinger is my number 1 pick. Hostinger is by far the best affordable web hosting provider that caters to bloggers with plans starting from less than $3 a month. All you have to do is to buy a hosting plan from Hostinger and get 20% discount on your first purchase. Link is in the description below. Once you have installed WordPress on your hosting provider, it is time to build your blog. The first step is to choose a suitable WordPress theme and customize the design to create a stunning blog. These are the themes that I recommend for WordPress: Blog System, Candace theme, and Astra theme. Now that you have customized your blog, it is time to install plugins to enhance your blog's functionality and security. I obviously cannot tell you which plugins to install because they all have different functions and some of them might not be relevant to your blog. But these are the plugins that I recommend to everyone. Yoast SEO for search engine optimization, WP Forms for contact form, and Google Sitekit to connect your site to Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Page Insight, and even Google AdSense. Now you have set up your new blog, but there's something missing. there are no pages on your blog. Creating a page on WordPress is as simple as ABC. All you have to do is just to go on your WordPress dashboard, click on pages, click on create pages, and add all the necessary details, and then publish the page. Pages help your readers to navigate through your blog and find other content easily. These are the pages that every blog must have: a home page, about page, contact page, privacy policy page, and even a disclaimer page. Creating engaging content. For this step, you have to unleash that creative side of yours. What you have to do now is to write a blog post just like this one. When you are writing blog posts, always come up with compelling headlines and introductions to capture your readers' attention. You also have to write informative and shareable blog posts that offer value to your audience. People read blog posts to find answers to the questions that they currently have or problems that they are currently experiencing. Trust me on this one, they will not read your blog post if you are not offering answers and solutions. I also advise you to add visuals such as images and videos in every blog post because they play a huge role in enhancing the overall reading experience. The next step is to promote your blog. You obviously cannot write a blog post and expect people to magically find it online. You have to make people aware of your content. The first thing to do is to optimize your blog for SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. This can be done by the help of two plugins, Yoast SEO and Google Sitekit. Use Google Sitekit to connect your site to Google Search Console and Google Analytics. Yoast SEO will help you to generate a sitemap that will be submitted to Google Search Console so that your blog posts can be indexed by Google. The next method to promote your blog takes us back to the third step, which is developing a marketing strategy. In that step, I advise you to plan on how you will promote your blog and which social media platforms you will use. Now it's time to act on that marketing strategy. Now we are on the final step, which is monetizing your blog. The truth is, we all blog because we want to make money from blogging. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. There's no point of blogging if there's no money involved. Once you have built your blog and you have started acting on your marketing strategy, you can now focus on making money from your blog. So how do you monetize your blog? There are different monetization methods that you can use, but some of them depends on the type of niche that you are in. The most common way of monetizing your blog is through display ads. This involves joining ad networks such as Google AdSense and Adstera and placing ads on your blog, and you will get paid whenever someone views or clicks on the ad. Other options include affiliate marketing, sponsored content, and selling your own products or services. But that's another topic for another day. Now that you have learned how to start a successful blog, I have a question for you. How do you define a successful blog? What is your definition of a successful blog?